As we all age very gracefully, I'm sure, our bodies don't always work the way that they used to. Our physical health may deteriorate, or we might lack some mental clarity that we had when we were younger, but all of these are seen as kind of harmless, very normal. But a side effect of aging that a lot of people don't talk about is actually social isolation. As a vocal performance major, I can really attest to the fact that music has such a powerful way to lift your mood and to boost social engagement with the people that are around you. And because of my experience, I was really interested to learn how music can also benefit other people, such as older members of our community. And I really was thinking about my grandparents in my mind. So, aging is a process that is happening for all of us every day, every second of our lives. And we all know someone who is elder to us. And if we think maybe a little bit harder, we might also know an older person who's struggling with loneliness. So, I'm here to explain how we should support this organization called Arts for the Aging because loneliness is a serious public health issue in the elderly population that can be mitigated with regular involvement in the arts. And even a small contribution can help make this opportunity more accessible to those who would benefit from it. So, first, I will explain the loneliness epidemic, and second, I will discuss how this organization, Arts for the Aging, uses creative activities to address this problem. And finally, I will explain how we can all collectively take action to support this amazing organization. Loneliness is one of the least addressed public health issues in the elderly population, and it's now referred to as the loneliness epidemic in health professional circles. Researchers Bergberger and Morley stated in their paper that loneliness is more than just the feeling of being alone. It's about feeling like your life is missing something, missing social connection. You can be surrounded by hundreds of other people and still experience loneliness. So, older adults are especially vulnerable to loneliness because of significant life changes such as retirement, loss of loved ones, physical health challenges, and reduced mobility, and according to the National Institute on Aging, loneliness and social isolation affects mental health too. It contributes to problems such as depression, cognitive decline, other health concerns, lower quality of life overall. And this can be very precarious for elderly people who are already in a relatively fragile state of their lives. Older adults who are also living with chronic health issues may struggle with this even more, which makes an intervention for this issue a lot more meaningful. Some people may believe that loneliness is simply a normal or expected part of aging, but social and emotional well being are just important as physical health when we think about our overall quality of life. For generations, humans have used art as a way to connect with one another, which is exactly why facilitating art activities proves to be a successful intervention in this public health issue. Arts for the Aging is an organization that was founded in 1988 with the aim to engage older adults and caregivers in regular arts participation, with programs designed to support physical, mental, and emotional health. The programs include different genres: music, visual arts, performing arts, literature, and other interdisciplinary activities. And a big emphasis on these projects is placed on actually getting the elderly people to be really involved in the process itself, so participating and expressing themselves through various modes of art. So, Arts for the Aging has professional artists who come in to lead workshops in community settings and especially in residential care facilities. And this is especially important because bringing this programming directly to these locations, such as residential care facilities where elderly community members live on that campus, helps reduce the barriers that may prevent older adults from participating in traditional arts programs. So they don't have to worry about paying for it, they don't have to worry about traveling anywhere, going anywhere, or overexerting themselves when these projects are brought directly to them. And again, some may argue that loneliness is just a normal part of aging, or that funding arts projects is less important than funding research into what these physical health issues are. But again, I would like to restate that loneliness and social isolation can have serious consequences for elderly community members, not just on their mental health, but on their physical health and their overall quality of life as well. So, social connection is an extremely important part of healthy aging. This intervention is supported by research, creative activities, benefit the overall health of elderly people, and improve their social connections. Boersma, Vanderploeg, and Gibbons studied arts participation among older adults with chronic psychiatric illnesses and dementia who were living in these long term care facilities, and their research also supports the value of arts participation for older adults, their well being, and collaboration between caregivers and artists. Financial support is important because Arts for the Aging provides financial aid packages for participating communities, so this means that the workshops are offered for free. And these older adults don't have to worry about paying for something or whether they can afford to participate in this kind of activity. So, this is why donations help subsidize programming costs for communities that cannot otherwise afford it. So, just for a second, I want you to put yourself in someone else's shoes for a moment. You are lonely and you have no outlet for your emotions, and it's beginning to impact your mood and your attitude towards your daily life. Arts for the Aging is an organization that gives you the space to create, to laugh, and to meet new people and to engage in the world around you in a very creative and new way. And suddenly you feel like you're not so lonely anymore. So, how can you help? Today, I'm asking you to support Arts for the Aging with a collective $150 class donation. I would encourage you to use this QR code and go to the Arts for the Aging website to learn about the work that they do. You can share it with your friends and family who may be willing to donate, to participate, to become a volunteer, to become an instructor. Even just spreading awareness can introduce more people to Arts for the Aging who may really benefit from participating. A $150 donation may seem small, but when that money helps create opportunities for connection and creativity and fostering community, the impact is far more than what we consider to be a small amount of donation. So now that we're wrapping up hearing about how the arts can be an important intervention to help elderly people manage health changes and social isolation, again, I would really encourage you to go to the website. You can scan the QR code, go to artsfortheaging.com, and I really hope that you will consider donating to Arts for the Aging to further their reach. Thank you.